from Analogue.Studio in the studio, and I'm here to show you a product that has been requested last year at Polaroid University, mainly Polaroid Big Shot modified to accept Lomography Lomograflok, an instax wide processing unit that was produced to be used on 4x5 cameras, but with the proper adapters it can be used on many other systems. So this shoots instax wide and allows you to inject new life in the big shots, which, as you may know, use the pack film, which has been long discontinued and now very expensive. So what did I do? I basically trimmed off the back of the big shot and installed Graflok style rails, and I tried to keep the focal plane as close as possible to the original focal plane. So now this works about the same as the original big shot. What I have also done is create this as a separate product. I created a product called the Big Flash. This is a flash sync adapter that's installed over the Magic Cube adapter, and you can take this off and still use Magic Cubes. But this allows you to use any modern flash via 2.5mm sync connector. So this Big Flash X, whatever, modified for Lomography, comes with one of these units already installed. And if you buy one, you're going to get something like that. You can take it off if you want. Anyway, so how do you use this? Well, I'm using this with the off, and you can also use off-camera flashes via the 2.5mm sync connector. I'm using this Godox V1C flash as a unit with the Lomography and this contraption. And let's see how it works. When it comes to you, the camera is gonna come like this. It's a nice dust cover in the back, also to protect the rails. So you take this off, and you slide the Lomography in the rails. It's going to encounter either resistance when it gets here. Just push it. Make sure it goes all the way in. You don't want any gaps right here. And as you've used one of these before, you know there's an on-off button here. It's going to light up. You're going to see how many frames are in the left in the back. I've already inserted the pack, and I just did the plastic third side first, and then I used this to take a photo. So now there's 9 frames left. So we are frame number 2. And before you shoot anything, you have to take a dark slide. As is with no flash, this can be used in broad daylight. The film is ISO 800, so it's quite sensitive and a lot more than the FP100C or the 669, which is ISO 80 pack film that was regularly used with this. And if you use this during daytime in full sunlight, I would experiment starting at about with this big shot aperture set somewhere in the middle. This is larger aperture, this is smaller aperture. But if you're going to use this indoors, which was mostly designed for, then you're going to need a flash. Now, if you have a flash that has a 2.5mm sync port somewhere on it, or a PC sync port, you can install it directly in this really handy flash bracket and program it right here. You simply plug in the lock. The Godox V1C doesn't have one, So I'm gonna have to use it via hot sink connector that I buy off Amazon. It's called a JJC. There's many brands. This works pretty well. And this comes with this. It has a PC sink connector here and a 3.5mm connector on the other side. Sadly, it's not 2.5. So this installs on top. Make sure you lock it and provides a hot sink connection right here. And then I'm connecting my the big flash sink adapter to this 2.5mm PC sink cable goes in here. So 2.5mm goes here, and this goes in here. So all of this is provided by camera. And so this is going flash. Lock it, turn it on. Now for this particular one, I noticed that you get the best exposure, or if you have the power set to about 1/2 and a little towards about 1 notch towards light towards this side, so average more, not completely. It really matters to experiment because each flash and camera is going to be different. So once you get it, it's going to work the same for all of them. Alright, so let's take a photo. If you have ever used one of these, you know that this is a fixed focus camera, focuses a certain distance. And you look through here and you're going to see, in the middle you're going to see 2 overlapping images. So you simply go back and forth like that till those images overlap, and be very careful because it's very sensitive to the position. So I'm going to point it towards the phone that's taking this photo. Make sure it is quite fast. This goes to sleep. Some other flashes do. So, okay. Too close, too far. Let's try it. That. Center. Flash. Alright, so we expose. And now let's eject. You can use the Lomography Lomograflok. You know that with this on, you can also eject the print on. Alright. Put this back here. And do. I'm not gonna do a time lapse, but instax wide is quite fast, so we're going to see the results pretty fast. Okay. And after you're done shooting, make sure you reinsert the dark side. You don't want to remove the Lomography with the dark side off. And then tight, take it off, reattach the dust cover. Tilt it back a bit to go over this little lip here. So just mess it back like that. Push it all and then the flash, lock this. And this is quite light, ready for transportation. And oh, here's the result. Nice and sharp. And you probably know that instax wide is not as big as the original pack film. So that was, but the original pack film was exactly the size of the entire frame without the edges, well, pretty much. So when you frame, just imagine that you have the pods, I think on the left of the image, but the top bottom is going to be the same. So kind of did one, I don't know which way to be honest, but you'll figure out. But then the frame will work the same, so there you go, magical. Now you can shoot this wonderful thing outside in the sunlight, no flash, or indoors. And you can even use any studio flash you like via this. So you can do really elaborate line illustration. It's wonderful machine. That's a big shot. feel like Andy Warhol. Thanks for watching.